Hey, we are live. Woohoo! Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a windy day. My very short hair is blown all over. It was quite a day if you were outside walking around. It's only going to get more windy tonight, but that's enough of the weather. Hey, we got to finish up Mobile Beat. Well, first off, we finished up the Photo Booth Expo. The exhibit hall closed this afternoon, and then the Mobile Beat is closing here. It closed about 12 minutes ago, actually. So both of the shows are done. True Music Lighting, hey, thank you for joining me. Got a chance finally to get down to Mobile Beat and see some of the friends and such and walk around the exhibit hall and check things out. First off, the seminar room, they did a fabulous job. If you guys haven't seen any pictures, go ahead and search the area. They had just a great setup and such. The EV sound system, the ADJ lighting and things was just really incredible to check everything out there on stage. So top-notch production for the show. Now, I didn't get to hear any of the presentations going on myself because I didn't get there at that time. But I'll have to get more information, and when I talk to more people tonight and tomorrow and next day, and then next week we'll have some come on who can talk about that more. But it looked really great there. The exhibit hall at Mobile Beat, we got a chance to walk through that. And once again, it's a DJ exhibit hall. And what stinks is that it's just so blasted loud. Hey, Paul, thank you for joining. DJ Stefan, thanks for joining. Randy, I see you guys out there. What are some nice new speakers? It depends what you're looking for and what price range you're looking for. We can get into, we'll talk gamer in just a second. Let me wrap up kind of the exhibit hall there down Mobile Beat. The room, incredibly loud, very difficult to do anything. I did shoot one video today. We shot a bunch yesterday, so we'll have some things. The thumbnail that you see on this video is from the ProX and IDJ Now booth. They had the ProX, the new Glitz. This is a sparkle effect, which can be controlled by a remote control, and you could have two of those in that little case, that Glitz case that Gabby from ProX Direct was teasing earlier in the week. From that, you can, I wonder if I can, goodness, it's really, if I come really close, then I lighten up quite well. So that comes in a nice little road case, and then you put this little powdery stuff, kind of granule stuff inside that, and then you have got a sparkle effect that does that flame effect, but yet you can put a hand in that. And you guys will get to see that video. We'll put that one will be going up here relatively soon. In the room, there was some, we had Chauvet and American DJ. Eternal Lighting was in there. Eliminator Lighting was in there. There were a couple of other smaller companies that I haven't had any connection with, so I don't know much about those. Do I have one to show us? Not in a hotel room. No things. You got a video, but nothing else. Yeah. Let me finish up that, and then I'll get into the chat, and we'll talk about the chat because a lot of you are sharing some thoughts there. The exhibit hall, very loud. Booths it was so dark in there. It was really, to a point, it was tough to do business, especially from what I do. I was really kind of disappointed. From the lighting company standpoint, they want it dark. Speaker companies want it loud. The exhibit hall was smaller. There's no question about it. It was smaller than in years past. I think there was a level of hit from having the Photo Booth Expo going on at the exact same time, and I think that's probably why you're seeing it, that it's not the same time next year. Still, it was nice size. There were some good things there and some good companies that you could find and test out speakers, because there were speaker companies that had some private areas. Then you had some of the lighting companies that had their nice booths there, so you can go in and get some pretty good deals. And a couple of the deals, now I don't like to say things like this, but a couple of the deals were better here than they were at DJ Expo. Just saying. We always think of DJ Expo as the great spot for getting really cheap gear. Well, there was one item in particular that was about 15 to 20% cheaper here than it was at DJ Expo. So just to throw that out there for those of you who are thinking that Expo is the great DJ, the best place to buy gear. Vegas was doing pretty well today with some of the pricing. So that was kind of cool to see. Overall, though, it looked like it was a good event. The numbers looked to be really solid in the seminar room from some of the early photos and such that I saw. And again, this will be a conversation we have with some of those who were in the seminars and they sat in those and what they saw. But the looks like it was a really kind of a successful event, and there's still one more day tomorrow for the Mobile Beat show. Photo booth wrapped up today. with the exhibit hall and such, there's just no way to compare to a point between the two, because one is at the beginning of its cycle. There's a cycle when it comes to industries. The photo booth industry is at the beginning of that. As I was talking to a person who was involved with Will Beat many years ago, and they at the beginning of their cycle, when they first started, there was an excitement and there was a level of just, wow, look at this, cool, and we can do this. And there were big numbers at some of those earlier events because it was at the beginning of that. And now it's become a more mature industry, and you're starting to see it's taking a direction, whatever direction you may think that is, but it's taking a specific direction. Mobile, or the photo booth, isn't there yet. Photo booth is just this wild, kind of Wild West feel yet, because it hasn't really settled down into a direction, meaning how many are DIY people that are basically in that room? How many are professional companies? How many are going to stand behind that? How many are fly by night? Those types of things are going on in that exhibit hall, and you're starting to see a little of that starting to play out, where you've got some companies who are some DJ who wants to try to make some money on the side and create photo booths. I didn't see as much of that this year. I have seen that in the past, where these guys are like, yeah, we can build boxes and we're building photo booths. You didn't see as much of that. You're seeing these companies who have been here and are going to be here for a number of years at the Photo Booth Expo. Numbers just can't compare again, because it's in the infancy stage. It's still attracting the excitement and fun, because people still want to get into the photo booth or in the selfie booth, whatever you want to look at. And there was, I think safely you could say, there were 3,000 people at Photo Booth Expo that came through and such back and forth. At one point in time, and I mentioned this there, and you see the video of that hallway. There's a line that goes from that doorway. And when I shot that video, I didn't realize that room was basically elbow to elbow people in that little side room. So there were probably 500 or more people in that room, plus the 1,000+ people that were still in line. There might have even been closer to 1,000 people in that room, because you could not. It was like clowns in a clown car trying to get people into that room. It was that full. So just a ton of people for that, and a lot of great education and such. So we've got that. So let's get into the chat with some of the questions that you guys may have, and we'll cover that. The speakers, getting back to the speaker, you had QSC was here, and I know I'm going to miss some because I did not go into the private rooms. I know QSC was here, EV was there, DAS was there. I would think PV is here. And I know RCF was there. Did I say KS Audio? So there were quite a few speaker companies here. Serwin Vega's here, and some of them had demo rooms. We could actually go here. Electro Voice, their demo room was actually, it was a ballroom with the educational content, ballroom with Electro Voice sound next to it with an air wall between, and then a ballroom that had the exhibit hall. So EV could not do any demos except once the seminars were done, which is kind of a bummer for them. But a lot of great things there. And again, speakers are something that we can talk about at a later date, but there's a lot of, nothing new really here. Just a lot of things that I have pretty much all of the examples of those back in the office. And we can do a night where we do the camera on the other side, and you guys can ask questions about that. Let's see. I can't see the name. There's no spaces in that. Brigaton Castle. I'm sorry. Photo booth show was a big DJ show. I was not impressed. Been going for years, many east and west. Not impressed, and it gets smaller every year. I don't think the attendance was smaller in the seminars. I think they did a great job of getting people there. I think the only word you're going to hear for smaller with Mobile Beat is that it was smaller in the exhibit hall. What was there, they did a great job, but it was smaller. But yeah, Bar has some videos out there. Go check out Bar. He's been working. He was at that show the whole time. I don't even know if he made it to they've been out. If he made it to the photo booth, but yeah, Bar has DJ Bar Bayardo. Check him out. He's got a lot of cool things. We met another DJ who's going to be coming on some of our shows. Actually, I met a few people who are going to be coming on the shows. We had some really cool things planned with that. As Christine mentioned, the sparklers. Yeah, sparklers have been out for a couple of years. The big problem with sparklers, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in other shows, but I really don't care because they don't pay me a dang dime. So we're going to talk nasty about sparklers for a second. Sparklers can be produced cheaply. Those $2,000, $3,000 sparklers are pennies to produce. Not quite as profitable as headsets, but darn close. Why are they charging so much? Because they want to keep those of you who are $400 DJs. This is their words. They want to keep you out of that market. They can produce these things incredibly cheap. So getting Pro X in there and bringing that price from $2,000 way down. I mean, he's half the price of what the original sparklers were. I did when the sparkler guy was telling you that, there's a part of me that wanted to just go slap him up in the head, and I probably should have done it just for you guys. Do I have a photo booth? I have Selfie Booths. I had a photo booth, and I went to Selfie Booths, and I have now. I've got two that I've picked up. The Monty booths, I've got 2 of those, and then I've got one on order from this show from Atlanta Photo Booth, another Selfie Booth. And if you guys get a chance to check out some of my shots from Atlanta Photo Booth. Less people. No, I think there's again, I'm way up on the chat here. So Paul mentioned there is less people, less exhibitors. The exhibitors, and part of that is because when DJs go to these events and they see this new lighting effect. I'm going to use the name, and I don't want to pick on the company. We're going to see a new ADJ light. We see good. Now I can't even think. The spot. The spot, the Pro spot there that they just came out with, and I'm just Pocket Pro. Thank you, Pocket Pro. So you go and you see the Pocket Pro, and you see the price on it, and you see a 2-pack and the bag and such, or whatever they had was this number. And Bayardo, I believe, put that up, and I think it was like $500. Great price for that. Well, what's the first thing DJs do is they go to Amazon and see if somebody on Amazon will be selling it for less, or they'll contact their local dealer and see if they can stick it to their local dealer to sell it for less. And sometimes they can get it less elsewhere. Well, the companies that are here are paying to be here. And if they're not making the sales here, if they're making some online, why should they be here? You're seeing a level of that happen within these DJ shows. If a company's at a DJ show and you're liking their products, you pay a few extra bucks if you absolutely have to. Now, some of those things were cheaper here, no question about it. So you buy them here. Some things may not be as competitive as an aggressive dealer who's not here. There are some dealers out there who are very aggressive and saying, we'll beat these show prices. For their regular customers, I applaud them, do it all day long. But I get a little weird when these companies are trying to beat prices of the companies who are here, which IDJ Now and NLFX Pro are both supporters of what we do here. They were there. They were making sales. If nothing else, gang, the next thing you need to buy, go check both of those companies out, because they're ones who are here putting their money on the line to help support education. Buy from them, but you know what? There's going to be someone else who will try to sell to you cheaper. It's just the way it is. And that person will never put $1 into helping support education in our industry. Whereas Brian Marsh and his team from IDJ Now and Ben Stone, his team from NLFX Pro, they put their money where their mouth is to help bring content, even within our walls. They put their money into the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV to help bring content to you. So please support those companies. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat right here. Yeah, you have to check it out later because Wi-Fi can suck here. Nice hit. Which one is it better? Okay, great question. Jazzy Lamel, I believe it is. And again, it's a little tough for me to see because a lot of you may know the eye issue, and little type is not the greatest for me. Which one is the best to go to? It depends on what type of DJ you are. First off, if you're an East Coast DJ, DJ Expo is going to get the nod just because of the location. You can go there and you're going to be able to experience it there, drive in. Most likely it's going to be a cheaper event for you. Flying out here is a cost. So that could be, for an East Coast DJ, that would be number one. Number two is, are you a mobile DJ? If you're mainly mobile, this is the place for you to be out here in Las Vegas. Yes, there's a lot of mobile education that goes on at DJ Expo, but DJ Expo has really settled into having a series of topics. And every year, it's basically kind of a little update on those handful of topics. There's going to be a seminar on games. There's going to be a seminar on bar mitzvahs. There's going to be a seminar on probably whatever Mike Walter is speaking on this year. That kind of a thing is going on. And that's great. There's good content. Don't get me wrong. But Mobile Beat is really geared towards the mobile DJ and building their business. You're not going to learn too much out here on mixing and scratching at a high level. While they do have some seminars or classes available, they've had Scratch Academy and a few others here. It's really more of a mobile DJ focus here, where East Coast, you're going to have kind of a combination of some mobile focus, and you're going to be able to learn some things as a club DJ and meet some people you wouldn't meet out here. So if you're mobile, I'd be leaning west. If you are East Coast or not mobile and you're wanting more club, I would go east, because you're going to find a different situation with that. Overall, either of them is going to be a good investment in your business if you go and attend the seminars, if you go into the exhibit hall and you talk and you learn from these different companies so you can make good equipment decisions. If you're going there to party, you're throwing your money away. Yes, you're going to have fun. And yes, I'm going to probably hang out with some friends tonight and have a cocktail or two, and we're going to have a good time. But I came here and I've been doing my job and learning and talking to people and learning from the photo booth side, because that's an area in which I want to build up my business. So I've spent a lot of time talking to people about how to do that. That's a me investing in my business. If you're going to do that, either one could benefit you, but you've got to make that dedication to your business to be able to go and do that. And so many DJs come here and it's a party, party, party. And I was walking down the hall to Mobile Beat today, walking behind two guys who weren't walking too straight, and they stunk of alcohol from last night. They'd gone out and tied one on, and then I think it was goodness. I got down there at 1:30 to the exhibit hall today before it opened. So they were going at roughly 1 o'clock, and they were just waking up and they smelled like hell. If you're going to do that, you're going to might as well just throw your money away at home and give it to somebody down the street, and off you go. Good party. Where are you located? Have you? Do you have a business email I could use to inquire about networking and being at the show? Pristine, I'm not sure if you put that one, that one's out to me or who, but my information is everywhere. You can go to the website and you can find my personal stuff, or you can find me on Facebook, wherever. I'm on open book. I don't hide my information and such, so I'm out there. Yeah, Ben does rock it in all effects. Ben's a good man, good friend of mine. Be right honest and open with that. He's a good friend, so that obviously sways some of my decisions when it comes to purchasing. Is that I'm going to do business with people who support the industry and who are good people that are friends of mine. It all goes together. Networking at the show, that's a great topic, Christine. I'm going to hit that a little bit, and then I'm going to wrap things up here because I don't want to keep you guys around too terribly long. You probably have things to do this evening. And then MJ is going to be on later tonight. Holy cats. 6:30. Oh, it's 8. Oh, good. I was going to say MJ is going to be coming on, but he's a little bit later because I think it's 10 o'clock Eastern. MJ is going to be going on. You'll have to check the Rewind. Go to Facebook. Go to the Rewind Report. Do a search for that, and with Michael Joseph, you'll find the links and such. I'm going to try to share them on the DJ and TV page and such. But anyway, go check that out. So let's talk about that networking. The shows are a great opportunity to network. One of the negative things that is happening is that because there are so many of us who have been around for a long time, and we know our friends, and we want to spend time with our friends, that we will get together. As an example, tonight at Mobile Beat, the Cave and DJ and TV, we're going to be kind of getting together and doing a meetup tonight. So that's going to be a group of probably, I don't know, 30, 50, whatever. I'm going to say 50 because I'm going to blow it up and think we have a lot of friends. But anyway, it could be down to 4 of us. We don't know. But it's a group that we're getting together, and we're going to network and have fun. Great opportunity to meet some people and to talk to people. But it also has the negative aspect from there's new people at this show who've never been here. They don't know who Brian Red is. They really don't know who, they don't know who Brian or I are. They aren't in the Cave. They're not in the DJ and TV Insider. And folks like that come to these shows and they're like, yeah, I want to network, but they're not in our clique. They're not friends with this group that's going over here and this group that's going over here. And sometimes these younger DJs or first-time DJs are just kind of lost. And they're like, well, it was kind of boring, so we went and walked the Strip. And walking the Strip and experiencing Vegas is still fun, don't get me wrong. But it's not the networking. And it's really becoming one of these things at these shows is that the networking actually has to start before you get here. You've got to be, okay, I'm going to be going to Mobile Beat, and I know that Brian Red goes. Okay, so starting to kind of communicate with Brian Red or myself or any of the others who are going to these shows, and you may not be in our clique per se, but you might be able to come and get involved or hang out with some events that we're involved with, and we can introduce you to people who might have a similar interest or similar networking need, we'll call it, for lack of a better way to describe it. So it really becomes a situation where networking at a show is the probably most valuable part, because you can ask questions, you can learn from people, and just in a conversation, you're going to pick up things when people are like, yeah, it was just, boy, I had this situation last week, and they were like, whoa, I didn't even think about doing it that way. Things like that just pop up all the time when you're having these conversations. But the networking starts before the show. You've got to be getting yourself out there and engaging and talking to people online, the kind of people, some of the people who are involved with putting these things together. Jeremy Breck and Dave Tournier, a couple of others that have some different connections. And if you're a wedding DJ and connecting with them, and then they can bring you along or recommend places to go or introduce you to people who are having gatherings that might be beneficial to you in your business. It's really in any business. We've said this when I was teaching high school kids how to apply for jobs. In some situations, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think in the networking realm, in this day and age, that's really the case, because at these shows, sometimes some of the people who are, and I don't want to sound, the more popular people are so busy because they've got so many people coming up and saying hi and doing this and doing that. They don't have time to reach out to a new person that might be standing on a fringe, and it's not that they don't want to. It's just sometimes they just get lost because we're focusing on who we're talking to here, because this person we know, and then, oh, well, here's another person we know, and we're focusing on them. And sometimes folks over here we miss, and it's a horrible thing that happens. That's why making those networking connections early, months ahead of the show, is a beneficial thing. When would I? Great question. I want to see if I want to make sure I get that one. I'm going to dig into, Christine. Gosh, you're going to get the gold star tonight for great questions. Holy cats! Brian is a cool dude. Brian, can you believe it? Brian and I probably saw each other today, but we, because of these lines and such, didn't talk. Didn't talk. I hope Lori got to say hi to Brian, but I didn't get to say hi to him. More younger DJs for Mobile Beat. I'm going to do that one. That one's going to be quicker. More veteran DJs, no question about it. There are some younger DJs, and I did see some 20-somethings here this year. Yay! But it would be more of the older guys. Now, when I say older guys, I can't believe that I've become one of the oldest guys here, to a point. It used to be that there were a lot of people way older than me. Now, within 10 years of my age, that's covering the old guys. That puts me, between 50 and 60. That's the older. There are guys in their 20s who are here. We'd love to see 10 times the number of guys in their 20s here. Manufacturers would love to see them because they're the ones who spend the money. From 18 to about 30 years old, they're the ones who are investing, building, and growing their business. Once you get past 40, your business is kind of figured out, and you might make $2,000 worth of purchases a year, as an example, compared to a younger DJ just starting out who might be buying $5,000 a year. Manufacturers would love to see the younger ones coming. In-N-Out Burger, we walked past it twice. No, we did not. We went down to Heart Attack Burger. You probably saw that, and I was so disappointed. Heart Attack Burger is such a scam. I won't be doing that one again. In-N-Out Burger, we may do that yet tonight, because there's one just down here at the links. We might hit that one. Pristine, okay, I'm going to get to that one. I'm going to go, and I'm going to get back to you. You mentioned in this one, any smaller online networking groups. Probably one of the best networking groups right now is our DJ and TV Insider that I am involved with, because that's something we set up. You can go to djnTVinsider.com. You can go get yourself signed up and be part of that. There's great people involved, and a lot of them are involved with other areas, and they can help get you like into the cave and things such as that. But that's going to really help tremendously. And that's also going to get you into our new convention series that starts in April, where every Monday night you're getting a convention seminar only for DJ and TV Insiders, and it's only hardcore content for your performance in your business. And that starts in April, Monday nights in April. I'm going to jump back up to this one before I gets too far away. Christine said, what would I start looking for to plan for next year? First off, I would recommend getting involved with a couple of groups like the DJ and TV Insider or the DJ Cave. There's other groups that are more of a nurturing group, more than a hey, here's my system and watch everyone beat out. You don't want that. You don't need that. You need a group that's going to basically open and bring you in and help you answer questions, ask questions, give you some tough love once in a while, and sometimes be your biggest cheerleader. That's what you need in a group. You can get that in some different places. You can't get that in many others on Facebook. I would start there. Second thing I would do is I would start putting money away today or this weekend. It might be $10 a week. It might be $20 a week. You may say, I'm going to put $10 a week away each week, and I'm going to put tip money away until the tip money hits $500 or whatever in your account. So that way, $10 a week is $500 at the end of the year. Tip money, if you can raise up $500 in that, and then now you've got $1,000 there. That's going to get you a long way to paying for next year's show. put $20 away, you've got a little bit more, and then you got some money that you can start. So the idea is to take a little bit each time and start to build up that little egg of money for the show. $20 a week, you're probably not going to miss that. That might be stopping going to the coffee shop once or twice a week, whatever. But start today, because it's a lot easier to do it today than all of a sudden get to the end and it's like, oh, I need $200 for a show pass. I need $300 for airfare. I need this for that. Do a little bit now, do a little today, and do that. So start building the relationships, find that networking group that you can get involved with, and then, of course, get your money, put some money away so you can buy your things and get into that. There we go. Yes, Randy mentioned some of the dearest industry friends I've met at DJ conferences. Yes, my best friends are from the DJ industry and came from meeting at conferences and such. Yeah, but we talked about that. In and out. Yeah, in and out's great stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. Mike Walter's seminar, his stuff, he hits a home run each time. He puts so much passion and skill into his presentations. There's presenters in this industry that they could go and talk about toilet paper. And Casey has mentioned this, that they can go and talk about Q-tips for an hour and you'd be enthralled by it. Mike Walter, Randy Bartlett. Those are basically the two top DJ presenters who are charismatic up on a stage, who are polished in a presentation, who do a very good job with what they do. I have no fear. I don't even need to hear reviews on what Mike Walter did. I know he's going to do a bang-up job. I've seen some of his prep for what he was going to do. And I'm excited to actually get to see it and such later in the year. But I don't know if he has done a bad seminar. He's had some maybe that weren't as good as others because of whatever. But in all my time of sitting in on a Mike Walter seminar, he's never phoned it in by far. I can't think of one that was a bad seminar. He's done wonderful, and I've taken notes and tips and ideas. Even the music one, which is more of a kind of a walk down memory lane, there were some things in that one, some ideas, and it's like, oh, wait, that was cool. I like that, and how this went. And I took some ideas from that. So if there's some guys who are just going to score each and every time, and Mike Walter is definitely one of those. Mitch Taylor does a wonderful job with his sales presentations and such. Knowledgeable, just hugely knowledgeable. And what I like about what Mitch brings to the table when it comes to the sales training is Mitch is one who has learned a lot from the certifications and things he's taken, but he does these things. He is someone who is selling daily in the DJ world. So you're getting someone who knows the stuff and he's utilizing it. So he can give you firsthand experience of that. This might not have worked. So you're probably not going to hear about those tips and ideas that don't work in the DJ industry. He's going to take the best from the Gittimer certification and different sales training he's taken, and he's going to basically boil it down and give you those tips. So Mitch Taylor's presentation, again, he watches some of these shows and things he's done, has been just gold. When he's walking through and talking about how he handles email for a bride, oh, that's gold. Those are note-taking nights for sure, as someone mentioned above. Mobile Beat and DJ Expo, the only two major conventions. There are others going on. At the end of April in Milwaukee is the Midwest DJs event, which I'll be attending also. That's April 30th, May 1st, somewhere in that ballpark. It's MidwestDJsLive.com maybe? Search Midwest DJs Live. You'll find it. They have stepped up their game when it comes to content in that one. They've got a lot of great presenters and such. I'm looking forward to that show. That's going to be a great show. I want to say Mike Walter is going to be doing his presentation there. Excuse me. So that's going to be a good one there coming up. And that's at the end of April, 1st of May. Then we get into June in Arm DJ. Robbie's going to be doing something down with Arms DJ down in the Greenville area, Greenville, Kentucky. So that I don't know much more about that. I just know Robbie always puts on a show that people rave about. And that's, kind of the central driving distance for, a gazillion people. But that's down in Greenville. That'll be in June. Go out and search Arm DJs. I believe it is Arm DJs. Appalachian Regional Musical something another. I don't know. But Robbie Britton. Go Facebook Robbie Britton. You'll find him and he'll answer that. Then we get into July. We have up in Chicago, we have the Marquee Show. Now the Marquee Show is going to be a little bit different. That it's a focus on higher end education. For those who are looking for one-on-one content, this isn't going to be that show. This is going to be the one where you're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to think. and you're going to be applying things. You're going to be learning things in social media and business and communication with brides and clients and how this all comes together. It's going to be a head for some people. It's going to be a headache at the end of the day, because they're going to have all these things, and it's like, okay, these are great things, and now how do I put this together to make it mine? And that's going to be a big part. When you get into that, everyone asks for the 200 level. This is getting into 200 level. 100 level classes are basically, this is how you do it. 200 level classes where you hear, this is how you apply it. Take something and apply it. 300 level classes is, okay, now you've taken the application. Now we're going to grade you on it, and we're going to hone your skills. And then we continue on. So you're going to be getting more of that 200 level at Marquee Show in July. And that's like July 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere in that ballpark. Then we get into August, DJ Expo, Atlantic City. And then I think the next is November, Wedding MBA back here in Vegas. Yes, Chicago is definitely new. Legal stuff right now. There's at the show here, Jeremy Jones was presenting on legal things and such. The problem we have with getting into legal stuff is that the legal information changes from state to state. So things that might work in Minnesota don't apply in other states, and backwards and forwards. So it's not that we can talk in general, but we can't talk in specifics. So that becomes a difficult thing. Jeremy Jones. Yes, there you go. Thank you, Paulie. I thought, and he's doing some things here, but he's having to do some things that are kind of somewhat generic, because again, contract law varies from state to state. So he can give you, this works in my market, check with a local attorney. He maybe gave some starting points. Here's kind of a starting point for creating a legal document, but you got to check it with your local attorney. That would be kind of the best way he would be able to help in that. But it's something we can definitely dig into on that area. So cool. I think I caught up with the chat room. Yay. Well, gang, we've gone for about half an hour. Holy cats. I didn't realize time was flying. Thank you very much for being with me on this show. And I hope you guys had a good week following along. There's a lot of pictures on Instagram that didn't make it over to Facebook. So if you want to go check out more in-depth pictures on a lot of the things that were from Mobile Beat specifically, we didn't realize that the device that we're taking a lot of Instagram photos and such from Mobile Beat on yesterday, wasn't connected to send it over to Facebook. So I don't think any of those went. So now I'm going to have to go through and find them and put them over one at a time. But you guys can go out to Instagram. You can see a lot of pictures. Instagram.com/DiscJockeyNews. Search Disc Jockey News. It's there, as it is on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and any other stupid social media program they want me to mess around and waste time on. Anyway, hey, thank you guys for being with us. Next week, we will be back full slate of shows. We're just kind of taking this week off. There's a couple of shows that did hit this week, and you can check those out. Kilma hit this week. Rob Frey, I think we got a Rob Frey that went up today, and Creative Connections on Monday went up. Kilma went up on Monday. So we've got a couple of shows that hit, but most of them will be back next week on our full slate of shows. So thank you very much. If you guys get a chance, give it a thumbs up on the video, and I will see you all next week.